So cute.
I love the clap.
Oh yeah. Do you need a little surface or a little space? Or
oh yeah,
this way?
This way. What I was gonna tell you is I found some old. I'm trying not to smoke weed unless at all. Really, I'm trying to not buy weed right now, as you know. Mm-hmm. But I found some old dusty ass weed.
Ooh, where was it?
I grabbed it up, baby. It was hidden in my drawer, and I think I may have bought this strain. It had to be the summer, and it's like I know it's dusty too because it's like making me congested.
Oh no,
you know what I mean? Like eyes low. It's like dry as hell, burns so fast, just straight through.
Man, oh man, I found some dusty ass weed this weekend too. So we're rich. we're basically preppers.
Exactly. I was like, what a find,
Yeah, this stuff is like you could tell that it was like it probably had a nice purple to it when it came into this world, and now it's like a deep Merlot, and it does look crispy.
She's aged.
It looks like it's got a nice glaze, like a red wine glaze on it.
Right.
Yeah. No, I haven't ventured down that road yet though. But it's nice to have emergency rations.
I did. I was like, look at me. I was like, this is fine. It's actually keeping me from smoking more than like once a day.
Yeah, because
exactly. I smoked before this because I was like, let me get ready. Of course,
get your head right,
get my head in the right space. But yeah, I was like, this is really. Is this an all-time low? I don't know.
Don't be so hard on yourself.
You're right.
Who amongst us hasn't dug out the old weed? You remember my Tupperware of pre-rolls from that days when I was hosting that show and there was weed sponsors. I think that there are still like a small handful of those joints around.
You just hit them, so you'll just find them.
Yeah, and like in a pinch, they're gonna do the job. And the thing that I think is a low is that I have brought those to like events, like here, however 4 or 5 year old joints. Yeah, and I'm like, well, I didn't have anything to bring, but I can bring these old joints.
Walk to the party like, hey y'all, who wants to smoke?
Stinking like an old man. It was like, just coughing and losing their shit. So I think serving yourself the crumbs, you're fine.
I'm fine.
You're fine. We had a dusty weekend over here too. We cleaned out. This is kind of nasty.
Okay.
I like realized that everything that goes underneath my bed, like if I drop a pair of shoes down there or a book or whatever, it gets so dusty underneath the bed, which I was like, doesn't the dust settle from above?
Right.
But the working theory is that the heater is maybe blowing out a bunch of dust under there.
Right.
Anyways, it was really grimy and like.
But it's those big, like almost like animal size fur balls coming out.
Dust bunnies living under there.
Yeah.
So got that cleaned up. That was a good feeling this weekend.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice.
Well, here we are now that you're in my dusty house for another episode of Is This Normal? The podcast where we read anonymous confessions or quirks or questions from our audience, and we debate whether these little features of yours are normal or special or something else altogether. I'm Erin Ingle.
I'm Alyssa Yeoman.
Here we are.
We're here.
We're bright and bushy-tailed.
I know, right? Little dust bunnies ourselves.
What's new? You been anything burning in your mind these past few days?
Okay, so yes, this is one that I want to put out there because I'm wondering if anybody else does this. I was laid up this weekend. I was watching some TV. Sometimes an episode of TV will have me so like, I don't know what's going to happen next.
Like suspense-wise?
Like suspense, not even necessarily suspense, but like, I don't know what overcomes me, but I just like have to stop the episode in the middle and then be done with it for a little bit.
Take a little breather?
I take a breather. Ooh. Like 30-minute episodes. Not even talking like, I'm not talking HBO
prestige drama.
Exactly. But I'm talking like a 30-minute where I'm like, oh, I just gotta take a break. And sometimes I go back to it like a little immediately. Sometimes I don't go back to it for like a couple days.
Wow. I have never, and I don't think I've ever done that. Well, I walked away, especially a short show. Yeah. Is it? Do you spend that time in between like pondering and theorizing about what might happen?
No, it's just like I gotta stop this right now. Wow. I'm like, this train is going too fast.
Do you care to share a recent show that you did this with?
This is why it's ridiculous, because I did this with Reservation Dogs.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I've been watching that series for a while. I've been watching it pretty slowly. I feel like I always watch Taika Waititi's stuff a little slowly.
You gotta savor it.
Yeah. And they just start usually like slower storylines too, so you don't feel this need to like binge in the same way, which I actually really appreciate. And yeah, so the episode, it's going well. I mean, I think things were about to pop off.
Okay.
I definitely feel that. It's always like maybe things are about to pop off, but I'm like not ready for that.
Yeah. I
just walk away. I don't know.
I could see that with that show, and it has that show, despite being very funny, has like a definite emotional element to it, right? So I don't know if maybe are you bracing yourself for like an emotional response?
Maybe.
Would you do it for is it just, I wonder, is it to savor it more?
Because it's not that I dislike the show and I want to go back to it. Yeah, I guess it is to savor it more. I just get this feeling that overcomes me where I'm just like, all right, I got to stop. I got to take a breather and I'll be back.
I am curious if other people do that, because like, okay, I did that. The most recent thing I did that with, I had to walk away. I do that with scary stuff. But pretty much I would say exclusively that I would walk away from mid project with the intent to revisit later. Because I think you like my stress level is too high, or whatever.
Right, the anxiety.
And watched Barbarian. Did you watch that?
Yes.
Yeah, big oof. But I think I got about like half hour, 45 minutes into it, and I was watching it with my husband, and I was like, all right, we got to turn this off. And then I looked up spoilers to see if I was going to be able to handle the rest of it, actually.
Really?
Yeah, and I've never done that before.
Okay.
But I was like, this could go so far into like a place that I couldn't handle, that I'd have to see if it does or not.
Right, just to be sure.
So I determined from my readings that I was going to be comfortable with with the film. Never again. This is very rare for me.
Okay.
I don't think I've ever looked up spoilers for a scary movie.
I'll look up a spoiler.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes if I'm watching, I'm like, where's this going?
Yeah.
Is it going to be worth my time? Let me look. Something like that.
Funny.
Decide if I want to finish it.
Baird will even like, he will try to avoid watching trailers for stuff. Like he wants to know as little as possible going into.
That's nice sometimes.
Yeah.
That's nice.
And then I joke about it because him and his whole family like spend. It might be like an algorithm for like the amount of time to debrief a movie. Like if it's it might be 1.5 times the length of the movie is the discussion time afterwards.
I love that.
Yeah, they're big discussers.
I love that.
But okay, well, I wish you the best with the rest of the Res Dogs that you're working your way through.
I will. I mean, thank you. I guess I need it.
Oh, it's it's
such a good show.
So I think I think that's a kind of a special habit, but I'm very curious to hear other people weigh in if they take show breaks.
Yeah, let us know.
A little momentum clip to like log off and get back on a later time with fresh mental energy.
Seriously, like Severance. I don't know if you've seen Severance yet.
Is it like Succession?
It's not like Succession. It's sci-fi.
Oh,
yeah. Yeah, I thought it was like Succession as well, and yeah, it'll blow your mind. It's dystopic. It's a really good show. But I think me and Isaac started that episode, got 30 minutes and paused it, didn't go back for a month.
Ooh, yeah.
Then started in the middle of that episode.
Middle of the episode. You didn't even have to restart the episode.
We didn't have to restart. We discussed beforehand. We're like, okay, what do you remember? What do I remember? We're like, okay, we got the details. Let's go.
I think if I'd been in that position, I probably would have had to restart it.
Oh, wow.
I love it. I love that y'all are on the same page with it.
Yeah. So maybe special.
Does Isaac do it? Does Isaac take show breaks?
He takes show breaks, but I think, but not, I think, to the same extent that I do it. Not for 30 minutes.
Not for a 30-minute show.
Might be an attention span thing.
Maybe you'd already seen 3 episodes and you're like, and that's the cap.
Yeah, seriously. Sometimes you don't know, but you hit it.
Well, should we kick off some audience submissions here?
Yes, let's do it.
Okay, in the order we've got them, do we like it?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Good.
I'm into it. Let's start with a little pet related query here.
All right. So this one Is it normal to judge people who walk their dogs in a stroller?
I judge.
I judge too.
I'm sorry to say it. And like if that's an ancient dog, like an octogenarian, can't walk anymore, just needs some fresh air.
Right.
That's, to me, that's the circumstances when that's an acceptable move. You're going for a walk, but your dog doesn't get to walk. They got twice as many legs as you.
They're ready for walking.
Yeah, that's what their boots are made for.
Get out. Get out with that right now. Oh my gosh. No, I think you're right. I feel like more often than not, though, it's like it's a breed specific thing. I feel like it's a small dog owner habit specifically.
Yeah, and I'm like, is it because the dog? There's something in those dogs that says, like, they don't want to walk. Like, they gotta want to walk. Right? I can't. I'm baby. Need help.
Exactly. Maybe they just don't like to walk, because there are dogs who, you start the walk and then they're like, okay, I'm done. I'm laying on the concrete. Yeah. And so maybe after so many times of that, you're just like, whatever, I'm just going to put this dog in a stroller.
You scoop it out, let it, like, set it on the ground so it pees, and then it just like cries and gets back in the stroller.
Yeah, pick it back up.
It's not a life for me to live.
No, I don't think, couldn't be me.
No. I you know what I do love to see, though?
What?
A dog with wheels on.
I love a dog with wheels on.
Oh, the dog is the stroller.
Yes.
Beautiful, beautiful things. I'm a sucker for like a GoFundMe for a dog needing wheels.
Yes.
Wheels for legs.
So good.
But that's just like it's against their nature. I feel like they should be walking. Like
they should be.
And why? How did the dog usurp the power position to become the stroller inhabitant?
That's when you're thinking of your dog as the same as a child.
Yeah,
I think that's the mentality there. There's probably the same dogs who don't like walking on wet grass or something
little
like
divas.
That. Exactly. And once you start treating them like divas, I feel like dogs are so trainable. They're like, oh, okay, this is my life.
Yeah, I'm the fucking king.
Exactly.
Yeah. I judge the dogs and the people. I judge the people that walk the dogs in the stroller.
Yeah, I'll never judge your dog.
No,
don't hear that loud and clear.
Clearly, it's a master of emotional manipulation.
Exactly. I wouldn't dare judge that dog. Strange as strange as it is that I would judge someone in the stroller with the dog in the stroller. Not so much with the dog strapped to the chest.
You're pro dog on chest?
I'm pro dog on chest, because that's just too quirky and cute. That's a different level, I saw a guy riding with a dog on his back, a dog
on a bike
that was
or something?
on a bike.
Oh.
And it was a dog that was comically large,
big arms coming over.
Exactly. In my mind, in my memory, which is fuzzy, it was like a Saint Bernard. You know what I mean?
It was
on
a big fella.
It was a big fella on the back.
Oh.
And I was just like, there's something adorable about that.
I love that too. Yeah. But that's a functional thing, so that you as a human can do something you want to do, like ride a bike, which because not a lot of dogs. I don't know what the percentage is, but I feel like the art of running next to a bike for a dog is pretty complicated. Yeah. So I've tried it. I've crashed into a trash can, but thought I was doing great. But being able to strap the dog on and cover some ground together like that.
Right. That's nice. Maybe it's a different circumstance.
Maybe. I don't know. But once I said that, I was like, I guess the person just wants to go for a walk and the dog won't walk, so they put the dog in the stroller. But strap it on.
Yeah, strap it on. Ditch the stroller. And I'm just like, the price of strollers. You know what I mean?
Are we finding them on the street?
Yeah.
Like, you're not gonna buy new, are you, for your dog? Some people.
Yeah, there's probably just whole websites of dog strollers.
We're gonna check that out.
Yeah, we will be Googling that.
See how much one of those dog backpacks costs. Too.
Yeah, I'll strap Wolfgang in when he gets a certain age. For sure.
Oh yeah, and that's because that's even more so. It's like little dogs in a stroller. You could just carry it in your arms or something.
True.
A big dog that can't walk anymore or like is achy and hurt needs some assistance because you can't carry that fella around so easy.
Right.
But, yeah. So this is special to us it's normal to judge people.
Right.
The question is to judge people who walk their dogs in the stroller. I would say that's very normal.
That's very normal. But the circumstances, as you heard, are special and complex.
Incomprehensible.
Yeah, exactly. And we don't even have time on this podcast to go as deep as we could.
Yeah, we have a special guest that's got a dog stroller person down the line.
An expert.
Okay, we got some other interesting. This is a very fun submission here. Is it normal to take my glasses off so I don't have to see people? You got good vision, right? You don't have any assistance?
Oh, no, I have assistants. These are contacts.
Oh, yes, of course.
I'm blind as a bat. I'm blind as a bat.
Could you leave your house without your glasses?
I could, but everything would be like blurry. Blurry.
Not get behind. Certainly not get behind a wheel.
Oh no.
Same here.
Unless I'm just driving by memory, but
but doing it by feel.
Yeah, exactly. I know the road.
I have done this without as cute of an attitude about it. Like, you know what I'm saying? I've just opted to not wear my glasses because I didn't feel like it was a priority to see whatever was happening around.
Right.
But it has to be very specific circumstances for me, because I'm nearsighted. So like I can get around the house without my glasses. I get made fun of by my brother-in-law, certainly, when I'm like, are you wearing both a Blazers hat and a Blazers shirt right now? And I have to get 5 feet away from him to tell whether that's true or not. He's like, you can't see that? I'm like, God, no, okay. But
only big things.
Even this close-up TV is a little too hard to, like, I can't like read stuff off of it without my glasses, but or contacts in. Yeah. What do you think? To not perceive?
To not perceive. I think the thing that makes this possibly special for me is that you don't want to see people. So you're telling me your vision's bad enough that you're just like, I'm going to take these off and you're gone. You're disappeared.
You have been rendered meaningless to me.
Exactly. And I'm also wondering the circumstance, which I think is hilarious. Like, I can understand, like, I don't know. I'm like, first thing that comes to mind is like taking your glasses off on the plane. You don't want to see people. You don't want to see what's going on. But I just picture this person being at work or something in a meeting being like, I don't want to see you people. I'm taking this off.
They're like a professor at a whiteboard at the front of the class. Yes. Like I can see what's in front of me. I took off my glasses so I don't have to see any of you chumps out here.
Exactly.
You back there. Just a point and a gesture and be like, what do you think? You blurry creature.
Exactly.
Yeah, it feels like a sort of vindictive somehow in a beautiful way.
Right.
It's a power move.
It's definitely villainous. Yeah, which I like. I like that.
We should have more villain behavior cataloged on this show.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I have a friend who has been saying recently that they would like to not be perceived.
Right.
And that's like a good side of a spectrum, and then to not perceive others is also, I just simply do not want to look at you.
I have no desire.
Very villainous. So So do we qualify this as a special
this
behavior?
is special to me.
Absolutely.
I think it's special.
I love it.
I love it. It's good. Okay, this last one. This one's a doozy. I'm so glad this is an anonymous show, because otherwise, we would have to report things. But this one says, I'm faking an injury for a disability parking pass.
Oosh. Yikes.
Talk about villain era. Yeah. Continuing on, this is the villain episode, I guess.
Oh, man. I mean, I'm all for like lying to the government, but this is a toughie.
This one's tough. I'm agree. I'm like, I don't think of myself as a rule follower by any means. All right. Like, look, we're both badass. All right.
Smoking dusty weed.
Yeah.
Doing whatever we want.
Exactly. So don't get it twisted, but this is possibly illegal. I think this is.
It's gotta be.
And also like, that's a lot of paperwork to fill out just for a parking pass.
Yeah, like I mean, and seemingly not for a good reason. I mean, do you just not want to walk very far? Like, I did learn that I think at least in Seattle that a disability parking pass, like one of those blue passes means you'd also don't have to pay for parking.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm not sure that's true. I'll look it up actually.
Maybe this was written in by one of the dogs who gets walked around in a stroller.
We're a very special family.
I hate walking. So I'm thinking now, if you're not paying for parking, that makes me less hater of it.
Yeah.
A little, yeah. I mean,
if you're not taking other people, like if you're taking the handicap spots,
that's true.
That's the thing, right?
Yeah, you're still taking the spot.
But maybe you don't. I think you don't have to. Okay, maybe there's an angle there, but yeah, that's what feels shady. Is like the person. I don't care about you defrauding the government, but the person-on-person crime of making somebody who does have like mobility issues walk farther when you are fine and taking the up close parking spots. That's brutal. But I do think at least it looks like it does get you free parking.
Okay.
In a lot of places.
Okay.
So maybe that's the scam.
Maybe it's the parking scam. We don't want to believe that you are defrauding other people. No, I hear what you mean though. I think it's not fair. You see someone with mobility issues as you like grapevine out to your car because you faked an injury. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not a good look.
No.
It's morally.
You might get jumped.
Yeah, exactly. So I get the free, but there's still part of my brain that's like, I get the free parking, you know?
Yeah.
But,
and I mean, I wonder how hard it could be to, like, what's the review process? Like, how do you
need a doctor's note, right?
Maybe.
So you're lying at every step of the way. Like
it goes all the way to the top. Everybody I know thinks I have a broken ankle.
Yeah.
And it simply will not heal.
Yeah. My broken ankle of the last 15 years. Yeah, you're lying to your family at this point. You're lying to your kids. You're lying.
How does it feel?
Also part of your family, but for some reason I wanted to separate them. Yeah, because also nobody in your life is like, hey, like interventioned you for this. Yeah. I would intervention a friend who was like, oh, 100%. If I had a friend who was like, oh, look at me in this disability pass I don't need, I'd be like, we should like all get together and like say something to this person or like fade out on them.
They roll up and double park at the front of the Target.
Yeah, exactly.
You see them fake limp.
Yeah. I'd be like, you can't continue to live this lie.
Yeah, I think that's worth a talking to. I bet they're like pull it out in a pinch, like they're probably not cruising around all the time. They gotta have some shame about it.
Something. Only use it sparingly.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the thing too. It's maybe okay. Here's another way this could have gone down. They had an injury at some point, and now they don't. Mm-hmm. But the pass is still good through a certain amount of time. So you're like, yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're still riding out the former glory.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that definitely could be it.
Because that's like a little. I get like, okay, maybe you had a broken leg. You're healed. It's a week after you're healed. Yeah, you're just out of the cast. Okay, you still have the parking pass. You get to Target because this is where it's going down for some reason, and you're like, okay, I just had a broken leg.
I'm still a little tender.
Exactly. I'm still a little tired. Maybe I'll use it. I can kind of understand that. Well, you know what? This actually reminds me. So my mom has a disability parking pass. And one of my siblings used to always use it.
Oh, yeah? Could they take it into a different car?
Yeah, take it into a different car because you can use it in the car. Oh. And I had a sibling who would use it in the winter in Alaska so that they didn't have to
walk far in the cold.
And it was questionable. I mean, they're questionable persons. It was questionable then.
Questionable behavior. Yeah. A bit sus. I am just realizing how much you and I really want to give people the benefit of the doubt.
I know, we really do.
Like, how can we make this okay? Instead of straight up being like, this dirtbag
I really
find a way
reached.
to understand you and this behavior. No, we're just positive people. I'm glad.
We are.
Listeners, I hope you know that we will approach you with such grace.
Exactly.
Unless it's like nar, like really, really yucky.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going to be as this podcast goes on, I wonder what's going to be our most like sensitive topics.
Something's going to break us.
Yeah.
Something's going to break us. And I'm so ready for that. I'm so ready for that submission, whatever it is, just to know and grow.
Yeah. We want to get to know our people out there in the world, because I feel like it just makes the world feel smaller, I don't know, sweeter, just to know that somebody's out there defrauding somebody,
right?
Not like maybe somebody's looking at me but can't see my face at all.
Yeah, exactly. They don't want to see me and I have no idea.
I respect that choice.
Exactly. Yeah, I did go for a stretch on that.
I loved it. I do that too. I was just like, well, in this world, maybe they're using it for that instead of, maybe they're not like cutting off a person in a wheelchair to like take their parking spot, but they may be totally evil.
Yeah, they could be. Yeah, you could be awful. 100% an asshole. But what do we? I think this is a different category because this isn't special to me.
No.
Should we have a new category? Sus.
Sus is a good one.
Yeah.
Or just like villainous, as you said earlier.
This one is villainous. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So neither normal. It's not normal. I don't.
It's
think.
not normal.
But I mean, maybe more than we think it is, but not normal. Not special.
Definitely villain.
Yeah, definitely villainous, definitely sus. And thank you for your anonymous confession.
Yeah, it probably feels good to get that off your chest.
It does, I'm sure. Yeah, they're like, I feel like I'm days away from my friends calling me out.
Right, exactly. This is it.
My family's falling apart.
Exactly. My kids won't even look at me anymore. It's time to tell the truth.
Come clean to my podcast friends.
Right. I love it.
Well, sweet. Should that wrap it for today?
Yeah, let's wrap it.
Okay, beautiful. Do you want to send us out?
Yeah. Be sure to check the show notes for a Google form to submit your Is This Normal? We take those all the time. Or you can email us at isthisnormalcomedy@gmail.com. Like, share, subscribe. Tell your friends, tell your family. Just send this podcast out everywhere you go. Give it to your boss. Hell, let your boss hear it. Anyone. And until next time, I've been Alyssa.
I'm Erin. Thanks for coming.